Happy Sunday, Stampers and Paper Crafters. This is Facebook Live number 331. My name is Joy Borwedge, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I live in Burnsville, Minnesota, and I've been a demonstrator since August of 1999. Hopefully you can hear me. I have a sinus infection, and so I'm also sucking on a halls so I don't have a coughing fit. So Thursday I wasn't able to go on live, so today is the day. I have a cute card for you today, and I'm going to put you down at the table in just a second. And if you have motion sickness or anything like that, just look away and I'll let you know when I am done fooling around with the camera. All right, so hold on. So hopefully everybody had a great Father's Day. All right, so we're going to turn this around and try not to flip this too much and turn that into the awkward. Whoa, there we go. I was doing it oh so nicely until just that last second there. All right, so I am tightening it up right now, and it's still, there we go. Now let's see if I can position and squish in just a little bit. Hi, Judy. Welcome. Happy Sunday. All right, I think I got it. All right, so again, my name is Joy Borwedge. I have an Instagram page at Stampin' for Joy. My online store is stampinforjoy.stampinup.net. penguinz33@outlook.com is my email address that you would like to, if you would like to send a request for the catalog, that would be this. Hi, Carolyn, welcome. And then also my host code is NQ3UVNXR. I'm just going to move that over just a little bit. And I think we got it. It still looks a little crooked to me, but all right. We'll just go with that, right? Does that look okay? I think it looks okay. All right, so I don't feel so bad as I did last weekend. The sinus pressure in my face is not there as much, but it's mostly in my lungs, just coughing. So, and yeah, so I guess it's just the crap that's going around. So if I have another coughing fit, I'm just going to suck on another Halls. All right, so let's talk about stuff that's going on, and then we'll go to our card. Number one, I am part of, oh, good, Carolyn, thank you. I am part of a group that is putting on an event coming up on June 29th, which is a Saturday. And you can check out the information at thestampinevent.com. And this is going to be one of the cards that you will be making. And it is a fun fold featuring the bundle set. I should say the online exclusive stamp set. And it is the Flowering Zinnias and the Designer Series paper. So that is going to be one of the cards that you will be making. And so check that out. You'll come home with 16 different cards. And I'm excited for it. So looking forward to seeing all my Stampin' peeps that like to enjoy that. June, right now, Stampin' Up! Is having an event where taking 10% off, an extra 10% off of stamp and die bundles. And so that is going through the end of June. Also, the Stampin' Cut and Boss machine, the Big Boss and the Little Boss, those guys are going to be 10% off as well. So if you don't have one, I recommend getting one while it's on sale, because it doesn't go on sale very, very often. All right, check that out in my online store. And here's also the exclusives. Don't forget to check those out. We have the Flowering Zinnia Sweet Collection, which is the sweet collection that I'm featuring for that card, but also the Encircled in Nature bundle. That is a die set and a stamp set, and I have it, but I haven't played with it yet. So what happened was I accidentally ordered the pocket dies. I ordered 2 of them, and I returned one, and they accidentally sent me the wrong stamp set, which was Encircled in Nature. So what I did is I sent back the pockets dies and purchased the Encircled in Nature dies. So I didn't get that as a bundle, but it wasn't something that I was planning on getting. But hopefully sometime soon I'll be able to get to play with that. Also, we have in the online exclusives some things that you can start purchasing July 3rd, I believe it is. We demonstrators get a chance to pre-order, and oh, that would be fun to see Sarah. I haven't seen her in a long time at a stamping event, so that'd be kind of cool. Awesome. And I'm glad you're registered, because usually you have issues with that. All right, so those are some things that are coming up. And so let me show you what we're going to be playing with tonight. We're going to be making this really cute card using the Happiest Day stamp set and the deckled circles. Now, these deckled circles, you can find them in the online exclusives store. That way, they can certainly offer more products online than they can in the catalog. So because of space issues, so they could certainly change things up at a moment's notice. And I really, really like these deckled circles. So let me show you the card. Oh, also, we're going to be playing with the, let's see here. We're going to be using some of the new ink colors. So we're going to be using Petunia Pop, Lemon Lolly, which I have not used. So I was forcing myself to use an ink pad or a stamp color that I've not used. And so Lemon Lolly, and then Summer Splash, and then also Gray Granite. So then we'll play with the Summer Splash bordered ribbon that is in, let's see, yeah, I think it's called, bordered ribbon. Bordered ribbon, yep, cool. And then we're going to be playing with that. I really love this ribbon. It's very pretty and very fun to work with. Okay, so let's show you the card that we're going to be making. This. And we're also using the in colors, the Designer Series paper, the 2024 to 2026 6x6 in colors. And so I really, really love this Designer Series paper. And trying to get my cheat sheet out to show you what the colors look like, and I probably have that hiding in a different spot. I cleaned on Saturday. Sunday or Friday I wasn't feeling all that in my head. I was just feeling like, I didn't want to do anything, and so I just let myself chill. And I was working on some stamping stuff for the event, and there we go. So this is what the colors look like. And what I did is, this is the Designer Series paper, and I decided, actually I am not, I wanted to, but then I changed my mind on something and decided to do the birdhouse. So, but this dragonfly here really caught my eye, and I just love this paper. It's just so happy. But what I did is like I said, I wanted to focus on a color that I haven't used very much. And so I went to my, let's see, the color, boy, I am just having a hard time with words. I took some Dayquil a while ago, and it's like, you would think that I'd be a little bit more awake. Lemon Lolly. And so what I did is I chose Summer Splash and Petunia Pop to go with Lemon Lolly. But then also, I made the dragonfly in black, and it was just bothering me. And so the only thing that was black was the dragonfly, and I'm like, that just didn't work with me. And so I thought about changing the hay into black, and I'm like, nope, that didn't work. So I went and I picked a different color. So I used gray granite. Pebbled Path was nice too, but it was a little dark. Not much different than black. So I am trying to go beyond my comfort zone, and Lemon Lolly was certainly it. All right, so now that we have our card, let's start putting these maybe up there a little bit. And the dragonfly, like I said, really caught my eye. But it was this one here that said, "You make me feel like glitter in the sun." There are certain people that just touch your soul when you're around them. And this saying really spoke to me. So that's actually the reason why I got it. Okay, so now this is actually a card that could be done with any stamp set, and very easy with designer series paper. Okay, so I just have a piece of basic white, which is a scrap piece. Then I have a 2.5 by 2.5 square. And then I have the 2 pieces of that designer series paper. And these were actually scraps, and so I cut them down to the size that I wanted them to be. So they are 3/4 inch wide, and then they are 3 3/4 long. Okay, so I needed 2 of those, and it's just, I decided to use the circles and the stripes just because I didn't want to be too overpowering. All right, Lemon Lolly, we're going to be using this piece right here, 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. And then this is Petunia Pop, which is one of the new in colors, and it's a 3.5 by 3 3/4. I just want to make sure I'm leaving that way because that's the way I have to lay it on my paper here as I get done. So actually what I'm going to do with this one, all right. And then piece of basic white, we're actually going to do it the long way today. So it's 4 inches by 10.5, and then I scored it at 5 1/4. So that's going to be our card base. And then our last piece is Lemon Lolly, and this is a 1/4 sheet cardstock, so it is 5.5 by 4 1/4. And what I like to do is just leave this sit here, and then that way you can come back and get your cardstock cut up and then recreate this card with me later down the line. You can, you could think about it in your head and say, that cute card that Joy did on Facebook Live not too long ago, I want to recreate that. Maybe you can change the layout. Maybe you could do it in portrait rather than landscape. Or you could change the colors. Maybe you have different designer series paper that you want to use, or a different ink color. Maybe something that you haven't touched would be in a long time, some type of green, and then you would go from there. All right, so let me, I'm going to actually tape this, and I'm going to leave it like that. I know I didn't do anything, except for just change the size. Hi, Sherry, welcome. So I just want to keep that facing that way so that if I move it around, I'm not going to lose which way I'm going to have it. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're actually going to stamp on that. And we are going to grab, because this stamp set is a photopolymer stamp set, I am going to be using, I love my glass mat, and if you are a demonstrator, you can order this glass mat. If you're a customer, it will be available to you. Yay, Sherry, woohoo! Yay, cool, that would be awesome to see. Okay, so let's see here. First of all, we're going to stamp on this, and I'm going to grab my Stampin' Pearson mat. But what I was saying is that this glass mat will be available to customers July 3rd. Don't know how many there are. Okay, so if you are a customer and you want to have this, sign up to be a demonstrator now, and then you can order one before, you know, they run out. Because I don't know how many they have. And they didn't bother to tell us. And they just said, customers, you know, while supplies last. And I am looking for my splatter. And that is this. So what I'm going to actually do, I'm going to grab a scrap piece of paper, because I'm going to stamp off. Now, normally I could stamp off on this, but that background would drive me nuts. So we're just going to stamp off first generation and just stamp. And we're just going to flip this around. Just tone on tone, but a little bit less. Okay. And some of it might be a little bit darker. Okay, so we're going to just stamp twice off of that. And just see what we do. Okay, so not every spot is filled. Okay, then I'm actually going to clean that off right now, just because I'm going to be using this in a different color later on. And I don't want to mess it up. So I'm going to be cleaning this off with my Simply Chamois. And, oh, look at that. My fingers got pink, too. Well, you know, when you're having fun, you have inky fingers. Okay, so, and a funny sounding voice. Okay. All right. Then what we're going to do is we're going to actually take this, close this up for now, and we're going to expand this a little bit. Because we're going to take the dark Petunia Pop, and we're just going to do a little flicking. And flicking means that we're taking speckles and just adding a little texture to the background. Okay. And you can do it with how much, whatever color you want, but just pretend, you know, just don't hurt your brush tip. I just did it lightly, and that's actually all we're doing. Now, I am going to take one of those paper pumpkin blocks. They're very thin. It's about 1/4 inch. It's acrylic. Okay. And I have this new Wink Stella. When you get this Wink Stella, I'm going to show you. When you get this Wink Stella, there is that black ring right there. Just in case if anybody comes new to my channel and sees that, loves the Wink Stella, and then decides to purchase it, you got to take that off, because that will not allow it to work. So I am squeezing until I get a little right there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my bone folder, and I am just going to also flick. And the reason why we're doing this now is because then when we put the card together, we can, hopefully, it'll be dry. All right, so then, I mean, we have a puddle there. We can always reactivate that puddle. So we're going to put that back on, and we'll use that later. Okay, now we're going to let this dry, okay, and see how this would drive me crazy. All right, so now I can put that away. Okay, then what we'll do is we'll take our scratch paper and scrap paper. It's not scratch. It's actually basic white. And we're going to grab the basic gray and open that up. And just tap, tap, tap. These are the foam pads. Now, we don't want you to go squish, because otherwise you're going to end up with ink all over. We're going to allow that ink to transfer and just give that a nice inked up image. And that's gray granite. It will dry just a little bit softer. And I'm going to close that up. All right, and then we're going to grab the wings to the butterfly. Now this is black, G as in girl, and it is retired, but just because it's retired doesn't mean I'm not going to use it. There are certain things that if it retires, I won't use. Blocks are not one of them. I have my rubber scissors from a long time ago. And, whoa, I almost got the wrong one open. I mean, I did have the wrong one open. I want Lemon Lolly. Okay, so the small one has, if you could see, kind of has like a shape so to its wings. So you know which is its up and down. Now I'm going to move this like this so I could see it better through the camera. Actually, not through the camera, but I'm standing right above it and trying to do it so you guys could see, but also so that I can see. All right, so I'm going to let that sit for a second. Oh, I got it in there. Yay! Because you can certainly mess up. All right, so I'm just going to let that sit for a second. I'm going to clean. I'm going to clean these at the same, my wings at the same time. All right, so this is Summer Splash, and let's see here. The top part of the wings is more bump. There's more indent. Is what I'm trying to say. Okay, and we're going to now put that hopefully in there. And just allow that ink to transfer. Okay, I got a little bit that I need to ink up. So what I'm going to do is grab my dark Summer Splash. I'm going to use the nib tip, which is the lighter tip, and I'm just going to get to the edge, and nobody will even know. And then we're going to cut that out. We're going to fussy cut it. And I'm just going to, I can save that. So that's why I just went and got my, I'm going to use the light over that way to help me not shadow it so I could cut it out. Now when you're cutting out paper, you want to move your paper and leave your scissors basically stable so you're not flipping your hands all around. And we can come back and go and trim a little bit if we get a little overzealous. But I'm not too worried. It's called fussy cutting. I'm not too fussy. I'm not really bad at it, but it's not my best thing or favorite thing to do. I don't mind doing it. I'll do it when it makes sense. You know what I mean? Like these don't have dies. So this one, the reason why I picked a stamp set that doesn't have a die with it is because a lot of those that I have already actually were bundles and currently are not considered bundles to save the 10%. So I just decided to show something cute, which is a single stamp set. So like I said, it doesn't have something that coordinates with it to cut things out. All right, now isn't that cute? All right, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my bone folder and I'm going to just flip up like that. And I'm going to curl its wings, okay? And then we're going to put that off to the side. Let's see. Let's put it off over here because that way I won't lose it on the paper because it's, you know, kind of yellow. It's light in color. Okay, so then we are going to stamp on here and we are going to stamp in Lemon Lolly. This is the sun. You know how when you were kids and we used to, you know, make the sun like this and make the little rays? That's what kind of, this would be a very fun page, or fun thing to scrapbook with. Okay, you're not going to really see that. Oh, there you go. You could see that right now. Lemon Lolly is very pale. Okay, so we're going to clean all that and we're going to find the center of our sun. And that is going to go, again, trying not to, cool, there we go. There's our sun. All right, so we're going to cut that out with the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And let's stamp our inside. Just because if we mess up, then we can certainly fix that. Okay. So we are going to take our greeting, which is going to say, you make me feel like glitter in the sun. And, sorry, you want to use the momentum. Okay, now we're back. I don't know where that went, but these are actually markers. So if you were to color on your stamp, these are the ones that you want to choose. If you were to use these on your stamp, it would be like a Sharpie, so it would not come off, okay? But also, I'm going to close this up for now. I am going to be using this in just a moment, but I have a tendency to find an open ink pad and do something with it that I don't intend. Now, with these markers, this is actually the new style. There's the brush end and there's the nib tip. And one thing, it's very pointy. So if you notice that, you have a really good range. So if you're doing journaling for scrapbooking, your colors match. I should say they coordinate with your paper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay my brush down on its side, or I should say my marker on the brush side. And I am going to do what I consider the lighter color first. And just go over that. I'm going to close that up and then grab my Petunia Pop and do the same thing again. And I'm going to kind of try to hit some of that Summer Splash too, so it's not just, so there's a little transition there, and so it looks like it's done on purpose. Okay, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to huff on it and re-wet it so that it is nice and inked up, and just let that sit for a second. And you have that kind of cool, kind of in and out, inked up feel to that. Okay, so now I am going to close my marker up and grab my Lemon Lolly. And because it says, you make me feel like glitter in the sun, I'm actually going to take the glitter and I'm just going to hit that a couple times to make sure that all my ink is cleared off. And I'm just going to go 1, 2. Okay. And then now we're just going to clean all those ink pads, we're going to clean all that ink up. Just because I don't like to keep the colors on my photopolymer if I don't have to, but that's okay. Now, for those of you who, if you're new to my channel, or my page I should say, and you happen to see my Simply Chamois in a smaller size, is because I cut that down into 4s. Number one, I had a cat, and he was somebody who loved anything foam. And then also, it helps when you have events, so that at each station you have a Simply Chamois. Okay, so then now, oh, I don't remember if I did the outline of this one or not, but we'll clean that off too, just in case. Okay, so now that turned out really nice. Then we are going to make a rainbow, and you can do your rainbow however you want. I'm just going to use my rainbow in the same colors that I used here. So the first one is going to be Summer Splash, and because whenever you have a, something fun, you want to celebrate it, and this way you're saying something to your friend. And we're doing Lemon Lolly, so that's going to go in the center. Oh boy, I did the wrong color. Grr, 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 grr. And see, now I did that. Okay, so how are we going to fix that? Post-it note. Okay. We're just going to go like that. Gosh darn it. I could have sworn I had the 3 colors sitting right next to, or the 3 sizes sitting next to me. Oh well. There. That should be as good as we get. Then I think our Petunia Pop, well, seeing as how we'll go with Lemon Lolly on the inside. And then we'll go Petunia Pop on the outside. So my bigger one will be Petunia Pop. That's okay. Nobody's going to see the original inside anyways to know how I originally intended, but I guess I like that. I like the colors. Okay. All right. So I guess with you, when you stamp, just take some paper and kind of, suck that up, and I guess you can always re-ink it. So seeing as how we like this now, so we're going to take this and fold that over, and we're going to attach it to our Lemon Lolly. So we're going to put that away for now, and come on. All right, so we're going to go with our Stampin' Seal. And that's going to go on top of the Lemon Lolly. just like that. And then we are going to put our beautiful shimmer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my piece of paper so I know that this is my up and down. So we're going to take my adhesive. That's the reason why I left it on my back side, because when you're crafting and you're talking, this could be this, you know, this could look like it's supposed to be the same way, but it's not. All right, so then now we're going to put that right there. And then put that again upside down and burnish that. So if there's any Wink Estella that is not dry, it's not going to get all over my mat. And it's pretty dry because there's really not anything on there. Okay, so I need to move that over a little bit more. I had said that I had cleaned. Actually, I need that back. I even took my re-inkers. There, I'm gonna flip you up for a second. See my re-inkers right there? I took those all out of my and vacuumed out the little sections. So I told you I cleaned, and so. Because last week I was using the die and I lost it, and it was on a Post-it note. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see if I could get this fixed. Okay, did I get that up there? Yes, I did. All right, let's put that back on. And we'll test that out and see if I get it to work. Yay, I did. Woohoo! Okay. And then, now these are 3/3 wide. Okay, so the first one I'm going to do is my circles. And I'm going to take that and I'm going to line that up with the side over here, and then push that down, and then come over with my stripes and line that right up next door. Now I'm going to leave it just a little bit because I'm actually going to put my ribbon there, but I don't want too much of a space in between. So, okay, so then now we're going to take our ribbon, and this is the Summer Splash. And we're going to put that through here, and I want to make sure I have enough to tie my knot. Okay. And then we're going to put that. Now, some of you might like to have that third finger. So let me show you a little trick. I like to use glue dots. So I'm going to take my Take Your Pick tool and grab a glue dot with my people poker, because I am the people at pokes, and I'm going to put it where I want my knot to be, which is right there. It's going to stay there. Okay, so I'm going to put my lid back on. Get that out of my way. And make my knot. And then that way, oops, that didn't work out now. All right, let's try that again. I'm going to make my knot, and we're going to push down. There. And then we can continue with our knot formation. All right. And then I'm going to give that a little trim. Now that's fraying, so I'm just going to put that in my trash can. Oops. There we go. All right. That's a little too long right there. Go a little shorter. There we go. Much better. Okay, so now we got the front of our card done for the most part. And then now we're going to grab our die cut. Now we're going to use the small one. Now, like I said, these are 10% off, the big one and the little one. Now, the little one, I love the little one because, I mean, I'm lifting it up with my pinky. It's great to travel. So if you're going over to a friend's house and you're having a stamping day with your friends, this is actually a great way to do it. I'm just going to take a sip here. I don't want to get too dry and start coughing. We do not need to have a coughing fit. Mike woke me up this morning because apparently I was coughing in my sleep. And he's like, here, you need something to drink. Yes. All the end colors, I should say, Carolyn. Even... Now, I only got the Petunia Pop ribbon and the Summer Splash just because I wanted to see what it was like, but then also I got the new beige, and that came in that ribbon. So it only comes in the 5 in colors plus the new ribbon. Okay, so here's the sun, and the sun actually is going to be on the left side, and we're going to grab my little... Now, actually, you're welcome. Actually, I don't want that much of a sun. So, actually, for a second, I'm going to redo that. You know what? I'm just going to cut it out and then stamp it. That way, we'll just cut this out and put that like that. And when you have the little one, there is a way to put this in your sandwich. They call it a sandwich. So you have number 1, number 2, and number 2. Okay. So number 1 and your top plate, they match up. Okay. The one on the bottom, number 2, sticks out the other end. Okay, so it kind of looks like a 3. All right, and then that way it goes better towards your gears. Okay, so just wanted to give you a helpful hint about that. Now the big one, it wasn't having any issues when it came out, but a lot of people were saying they were having, cutting issues, and so just thought I would give you that tip. Sarah Douglas, the CEO, was the one that suggested that on one of her Tuesday tips. All right. I'm going to try to not move that again and put that through. All right. So, bugger. So with that happening, we're going to take, here, maybe my magnetic plate. There, that'll work. One of these reasons, why you watch the videos is to find out what to do and what not to do and how to fix it. And that's what we do. Okay, let's see if that worked. Okay, cool. All right, so there's our circle. And I'm going to put this back on my magnetic little plate there. It's just a magnetic sheet that's very thin. Once I get done with my dies, I like to put them on there so then that way I don't lose them, like I did last week. And I mean, I literally was tearing it apart and it was stuck to a Post-it note. And it took me 2 hours to find it because I was literally going through my room. And now that I live in an apartment, there's not a lot of space here that it could go. So, all right. So again, we're going to take that, we're going to try that sun again. And I wanted more hanging off than it was going to allow me to cut. All right, so then we're going to go back in with the main part of the sun and hit that edge. All right, that's exactly how I wanted it to be. Okay, then we're going to get the word hey out, and we're going to do that in Petunia Pop. And we're going to put that, hopefully not upside down. I'm going to put that right there and allow that ink to transfer. Yay. Okay, so then now we're going to have to clean those things right there. Anything with pink, I kind of like to. Now we're done stamping, so I'll get rid of my Stampin' Pearson mat. I try, like I said, anything with pinks or red tones, I like to clean those off pretty much right away off my photopolymer. So the least amount of staining is possible, but it doesn't transfer to your next inked image. So as long as you clean it just fine. All right, but that's just me. That's how I like to keep my things pretty clean and neat. All right. Excuse me. All right, so there's the front of our card so far, and we are going to attach this piece here straight on with our Stampin' Seal, and we're going to kind of put that right there, a little bit over that line. And then now we're going to put this on dimensionals, and I have one big dimensional and then I have a bunch of little edges that I like to cut up. I don't start a new pack until I use these pieces up. All right, so I'm going to grab the take your pick tool, stab, and grab those backings and just throw those away. And then we're going to put that in the center of that circle, and we're going to make the hay straight. Okay, and then we're going to take our dragonfly and we're going to put that piece in between right here. And that cuts off. Stab and grab that backing. Woohoo. And then we're going to put that flying just like that. And then let's see. Oh, that is still pretty wet. Okay, so what we could do is I'm going to test it out on a piece of scrap paper because I want to be able to see the color. Okay, so it's gonna, there we go. We're gonna do the light one first, the light wings first. And then we're going to do the sun with the stretched out rays and just kind of like get in there. All right, and then The inside, we're going to do the little tiny rainbow in the same color. All right, and then we're going to swirl that off because it could take the color and bring it over. Grab that again, tap that off, and then we're going to do the beautiful summer splash. All right, and then we're going to go in the inside and do the summer splash there. And swirl that off, grab some more of that and hit the petunia pop. And then we're just going to kind of twinkle some of those. We're not swirling around because we don't want to bleed the colors together. We're just kind of tapping, kind of making it look like glitter. All right, so I'm gonna kind of clear that off, throw that back in the trash, and what do you think? Give me a thumbs up or a heart, and your name will go into the drawing to win this card. And if you, let's do that, maybe. If you leave a comment, all you have to do is say hi. Then you can get your name entered into the drawing. And if you share this on your timeline, maybe somebody needs to be inspired to start their card making again. And you know what? I call this me time. This is happy me time. Thank you very much, Judy. So there is some Winkastella. Some, right? All right, it's on the sun and the dragonflies and the splatters. And on the inside, you make me feel like glitter in the sun. And how cute is that? You could send this to somebody and make someone's day. Now, thank you very much for hanging out with me on a Sunday evening and talking to people rather than talking to myself. I do that anyways. Hopefully next time my voice will be back to normal. I only had one coughing fit and it didn't last very long, so yay me. So, all right, guys. Hopefully I could maybe be out on Thursday, this coming Thursday. We'll see. Next Sunday I'll be on after 5 o'clock for sure. I hope you guys have a great week, and I appreciate you guys coming and checking me out. Thank you, Carolyn. Have a great week and happy stamping.